I'm kind of a little underwhelmed, actually. The whole level, can you see it on the screen? Whoa, do you see that? Oh, I didn't see you guys there. What's up? What's up, guys? Eric here with the Holo Herald. Today we have a really exciting video for you. We're going to be testing if the Windows Mixed Reality headset works in the dark. We've had a lot of questions and people questioning us if this works, if they're going to be demoing it in low light situations, or a lot of people, you know, we're kind of cave dwellers, as some people call us. We like our virtual realities and we want to play in pitch blackness. Especially since some of these headsets have a little bit of light leak, which all VR headsets do, especially if you have a smaller face. So we're gonna be testing it in all different types of light, and let's just jump right into the video. First things first, we're gonna test scanning in the area. We all already know that it's going to work in really bright lights, so I'm going to turn off the main lights and just leave on this lamp right here as a normal casual setting, or maybe in a convention with lower lights. In 3, 2, 1. So now that we have most of the lights off, we have one directional lamp that I'm actually going to turn off, I think. And we just have this overhead lamp that's kind of bouncing off a lot of light off of the area. This is your typical setting that you'd probably be playing in your room, because you don't want to go pitch blackness because it's not the best for your eyes while you're on your computer, so you probably have something like this. Let's go ahead and test in see if it scans in the area. One second. All right. So as everybody knows, you center the headset and then you walk around. It looks like it's doing totally fine. It looks like it's having no issues whatsoever. Yep. All right, it looks like it scanned it in completely fine. We'll just accept it. Looks like it's playing completely fine. Yes. We'll test the actual in-game in a second. All right. Now let's test it in complete darkness besides a TV and a monitor. So roughly pretty dark though. You guys can see right now. Yeah, this is fairly dark. You guys can maybe see me because the light's on right there. I don't know how well you can see me. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this out. Run setup, set me up, next, center. And trace. I expect it to do fine right here because it's so light. Good. 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 All right, let's go ahead and turn off that light. This might just be kind of underwhelming for you guys on the camera, but you guys can watch the screen. What does it look like on the camera?
Looks like a bunch of purple.
Looks like a bunch of purple? All right, this is as dark as it's gonna get because you'll probably have a monitor on. So not pitch blackness, but fairly dark. Yeah, let's go ahead and trace. Doing good. The HoloLens would have lost tracking at this point, I believe. I use the HoloLens a lot. I'm pretty confident the HoloLens would have lost tracking. All right, it did fine. I want to just try complete pitch blackness. Let's see how dark we can get it in here. So, okay, so now we're in pitch black. We went and turned off all the TVs, all the monitors. It's pretty dark in here. I mean, I can see clearly, but it's dark. For all intents and purposes, it's pitch black. We covered the screens with a hoodie, just so I can see what I'm clicking still. we're going to start over. We're going to center. Sorry if you guys can't hear me very well because there's the computer's going ham right now because it's trying to run VR and a bunch of other stuff. So, trace. All right, we're tracing. I have no idea what's going on right now because the monitor is covered, but you guys are seeing more than I am right now. Conducting the test live. All right, and let's reveal. It did just fine. So it scans in all different lights just fine, scanning in your problems totally fine. I don't really see this as a use case because normally you won't have all the lights off while you're trying to scan it in. But, you know, I bet sometime and some point someone will. Anyways, you're good. Let's move on to actually playing in the dark. All right, guys, here we are in the virtual reality world, the Cliff House. And let's go ahead and just go through some rough tests. Sorry if it looks a little glitchy. It should be running fine. I don't know. Sorry if it stutters a little bit. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe we configured something weird. Anyways, before we get into it, one interesting thing to know, I did have to rescan it in the light. When I turned on the lights and I tried to use the one we just previously scanned in, it was not allowing me to use it for some reason. I don't know why. So maybe the scanning may scan in the light, in the darkness, but not actually work. So I don't know. I don't want that'll take us forever to debug. So take away from what you want, from what you will, and let's go ahead and test how this works. Go ahead and go turn off the main lights, will you, Swearing Money? All right, so Austin just turned off the main lights, and it looks like it's doing pretty good. Looks like the tracking is affected, not significantly. If at all, it's not really noticeable. If it is, it's mostly just with the controllers, but it was being a little bit glitchy before, so I don't know if that's what that's from. I think it's running. All right, the fact that I can do all this, I'm going to say is totally not. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Sorry if I look like an idiot. I'm just trying to see if there's any problems. Nope. Medium light's totally fine. So if you're in your office with a lamp, you're not gonna have any issues. All right, so low light test seems to be a pass. If anything, I think it's because we're recording with OBS, if you see a little bit of...
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Are the lights on this?
Yeah.
So the test was a success. I think low light is totally fine. If you see a little bit of controller wiggle, it's because they're low batteries right now. Again, I really wish they would have put USB-C rechargeables or a dock or something in there because we were recording with OBS. All right, let's go ahead and test complete blackness, complete darkness. Go ahead and, all right, go ahead and turn off the lights. There you go. That's what I thought happened. Lost boundary. Check your boundary before moving around. Okay. So here's my controllers. This is cool. It's pitch black from what I can see, besides the monitor, which is fairly bright. So pretty dark though, but you'd probably have your monitor on anyway. And my controllers are working pretty well. All right, they get lost every once in a while is their thing. So, let's see. There you go. Oh, and they're lost. So, here's the thing. This isn't gonna be weird to you, but when I step back and forth like this, it's not mapping where I am, obviously. So in pitch darkness, you're going to want to just do games that don't require walking around. Something similar to Halo Recruit, probably, or an archery one where you just have to work. Because obviously it still tracks where I'm looking, left and right. And the controllers are medium. Like, I don't want to give too hard on it because I don't know if the low batteries are playing into this at all. And I I highly doubt it's the low batteries though, because they were totally fine before. Turn on the lamp real quick and let's see what happens. Yeah, right when he turns on the lamp, everything goes back to normal. So it's definitely the darkness that's playing a factor into it. Medium light's totally fine though. I can walk around. You saw how fast it found itself though. It's pretty intuitive. All right, let's go darkness once again. You guys can watch it happen in real time. So loses it, loses the controllers. Controllers still work, so I can still use left and right to turn around. So you can still use them for D-pad controlling or whatever you need, but man, they are not getting found very well in the dark. This is a little underwhelming, to be honest. I was hoping they would be a little bit better in the dark, especially with those lights. I don't know if this works on Oculus. I don't know how they work in the dark, if they do. So if you guys know in the comments below, please leave a comment. But we'll hopefully be getting an Oculus soon and we can compare, so we'll know. I'm trying to figure out a way to get them back. Are they really bright right now or just a little bit bright?
Really bright.
They're on the really bright setting? Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. All the buttons still work, that's fine, but controllers don't. I would have appreciated them to work a little bit better, but I mean, if you're at a convention hall, there's never gonna be a convention hall that's this dark. Now it's not finding them at all though. This is weird. Like sometimes I can get it to find it. Oh, it's kind of lost. Ooh, I'm like sideways. All right, I'm standing completely straight up and you can see how it's, ooh, I'm kind of a little underwhelmed actually. The whole level, can you see it on the screen? Whoa, do you see that? Oh, here's my controllers again. Ooh, it's running into, okay, we recentered me, that was good. For a second there, it moved the whole, like it was sideways. That was weird. I'm gonna move around a little bit more and see if I can wig it out. All right. Yeah, you know, my controller's like, you can see, I'm trying to move. My controller's somewhere off over there. You know, I think they could account for this with a really easy software update. Actually, oh, there it goes. It freaks out a little bit in the dark. All right, hopefully you guys have seen enough. Let's go ahead and jump into the outro and I'll give my final thoughts there. Well, there's our test. You guys can go ahead and let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple of my final thoughts. I went into this expecting it to do a little bit better than it did, to be honest. We've tested the HoloLens in darkness. If you guys are interested, please go check that out. And it did not fare super well. It makes a lot of sense for a device like that. You can still use it in non-spatial mapped mode, which is kind of the same outcome as this. The VR works. You can still play some of your typical VR games without the controllers. Now that's my biggest thought, is I wish the controllers worked a little bit better, because to me, if you're in pitch blackness, you can make the sacrifice to sit down or turn a light on. There's gotta be some happy medium in there somewhere. The fact that you don't have to set up the towers makes for some ease of use. You gotta make some compromises somewhere is my main point. I think they could do some software updates that would really help, such as if your controller goes, both your controllers go out of boundaries, maybe anchor it to your shoulder or anchor it to somewhere on your body so you can still use the buttons and jump around the cliff house or jump around your apps. There should be some default anchor points for when it goes off, because when it did go, it would disappear and like fall into the ground somewhere way far away or way above me. So just a couple tidbits to developers, or maybe not the main Microsoft developers, but if you guys are developing apps for VR, just keep that in mind, that if it does lose tracking, just think of a good anchoring place, because there are not very many times in VR when you have your hand behind you, so just find a good anchor place and work around it with VR. I don't think it's necessarily a hardware problem. Anyways, final thoughts are, it did really great in medium light, low light, but in pitch darkness, it did not handle well. To be expected, yes and no. I wish it would have done a little bit better, but ease of use, there's gotta be some compromise. I don't know what it is. How about I let you guys tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Share this with a friend that's looking to get their headset for Christmas, or someone that's maybe using this in a convention center or needs to know this information. And please subscribe if you enjoy our content, and we will catch you guys in the next video.